Hello everyone, welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, and this video will be previewing day 3 of the Cheltenham Festival. I'll be giving you a selection for all 7 races on tomorrow's card. Now the first race tomorrow kicks off at 1:30 with the JLT, and the horse I'm going to go for here is a horse called Kildistart that I've had my eye on ever since he won at the trials meeting back at Cheltenham in January. This horse is 9-1 with bookmakers at the moment, best odds I've seen out there. I think it will definitely be a good each way bet tomorrow. He's trained by Ben Poulin, and Daryl Jacob is the retained rider for Simon Muir and Isaac Swade, so he's going to be riding this horse tomorrow. Now, like I said, this horse won at the track last time out over the course and distance, and really good style in the end. And that race has thrown up some festival winners in recent years. You had the likes of Mr. Whitaker, and also as well some of the place horses as well have been festival winners. In fact, I think I heard a stat a few months ago that race has produced the most Cheltenham Festival winners in recent years. It's kind of been the key trial race, so I think Kildistart, he could definitely fit that bill, and I think he'll definitely be staying on strongly at the end, and he's definitely the one that's on an upward curve. A lot of his form has been stacking up, and I think if he can just maybe brush up on his jumping tomorrow, he's got an excellent chance of making the frame. Ben Poulin as well said this was probably his best chance of a winner all week, and his horse has been running well. Obviously he won the 4 miler with Bouvreuill, and also as well bright forecast ran a good solid race for him in the Ballymore to finish in 4th place. So his horses are in good order. Also as well, they were running fairly well before the festival as well, so his stable in good form. I think Defi Desoy, in my opinion, is the one they've all got to beat tomorrow, but I'm just not sure he'll cope going up the hill, and maybe something with a bit of a stronger stamina might just pip him on the line, and that's why I thought Kildistart could fit the bill there. So he's going to be my first tip to kick things off. We then go for the second race with the Pertemps. I thought this was a really tricky race, to be honest, tomorrow. And to be honest, you could have a couple of picks. The other one that I did like was Flemcara, but the one I'm going to put up is Champers on Ice. He's 16-1 bookmakers at the moment. You can get 6 places on the race, and I think that's a cracking bet here. I think he'll definitely give us a run for our money, and he's definitely going to go close in my opinion. Trained by David Pipe, Tom Scudamore booked for the ride. Now this horse absolutely loves it round Cheltenham, finishing the Albert Bartlett in 3rd place a few years ago, which was actually quite a good race behind You Know What I Mean Harry. So he's got some good form at the track at the festival. Also as well, he's had some wins in other races at Cheltenham before, so he likes a track. He likes soft ground as well. Most of his best form has come on soft and heavy ground, and I think he'll definitely come on from his reappearance run where he didn't have his conditions at Haydock, but he ran well to finish in 4th place that day. He's off a really tempting mark now, back in the mid 130s, and this has got the sense of an old school Martin David Pipe plan where they target a handicap off a nice low mark at the festival. I think he's definitely going to run a good race tomorrow, and he could do a lot worse than picking him, so I think he'll go very well tomorrow, and he's going to be my selection for the race. The Ryanair, again, who would have thought that this probably would have been maybe a few weeks ago quite a weak looking contest, but I think it's a very difficult race tomorrow. And the one that's probably a bit more heart over head, but I'm going to go for him, is Frodon. I'm really hoping he can put all his good course form to use this year. He's been fantastic at the track in all 3 starts this year. He hasn't been outside the first 2. On his most recent start, he actually won the Cotswold Chase, some really good style, beating Elegant Escape. That was over 3 miles. There was a lot of hype that he was going to go for the Cheltenham Gold Cup, but I think Connections realised that probably just stretches his stamina, and this is definitely his ideal trip. I think he's got a very good chance tomorrow. Bryony Frost gets on very well with this horse. I think they go out from the front and they can maybe dictate things. They could definitely run into a place, but my only concern is possibly they might just get outdone by something that's got a bit more stamina going up the hill. The biggest danger for me would be Monolea. Couldn't back foot pad in a million years. Underso as well, you definitely have to respect, but I just think Frodon tomorrow, he'll have his conditions, he's in the form of his life. Also as well, he's coming into this race a lot fresher than last year, and I think he's got an excellent chance of going close. And I think if you beat Frodon, you win the race. I think he's the one actually they've all got to beat. So that's going to be our selection there. The 3:30, the Stairs, the feature race of the day. Now this I thought was a very difficult race if you wanted to take on Paisley Park. I think he's got solid form claims. The only question mark I have is the ground, and even though he has done it a couple of times on soft ground in the past, I'm just still still think maybe he could be vulnerable, and I do hope he does win, because I'm a really big admirer of Emma Lavelle. I think she's a very good trainer. She's got a lot of good horses, and she's a trainer that often goes under the radar, but I'm glad that she's got a very good horse in Paisley Park, and I wish her all the best tomorrow. But the one I want to be backing at a price that I would like to take him on with is Kilbricken Storm. Now, this horse is 14-1 bookmakers at the moment, trained by Colin Tizard, who's a yarder, very quiet at the moment, but I'm sure they'll gather into life fairly soon. Harry Cobden's booked for the ride. Now, you might remember this horse actually won the Albert Bartlett last year at 33-1, and he's been going over the chase obstacles this season, and things haven't really worked out. He did win his first chase start at Foss in testing conditions, but he only just scrambled home that day, and then he really disappointed at Newbury. Been put away since then, and that's kind of what they did last time when he won the Albert Bartlett. He didn't have a run after December until the festival, and he's done exactly the same thing here, and I think that's a sensible plan by the Tizards. I think he does maybe need a bit of a break between his races, and I think he's got a very good chance of definitely making the frame tomorrow. I think he's a cracking each way bet. He'll love the conditions, he'll love the attritional test of stamina, and he's definitely got the profile like Penhill to do the Albert Bartlett and Stairs double, and I think he'll definitely go close tomorrow. So Kilbricken Storm, I think he'll be there or thereabouts, and I think he's a cracking each way bet. We then go to the Brown Advisory. Again, this is a very difficult race, but one I thought at a massive price that could potentially go very well in the 410 is a horse called Bouvreuill. Now, this horse is 25-1 with bookmakers at the moment in the colours of JP McManus, trained by Ben Haslam, who's having a very good year so far, having plenty of winners across jumps and flat. Richard McLernan's booked for the ride, who's a very underrated jockey in my opinion. He's had a few Cheltenham Festival winners before for John Joe Neal, so he knows how to ride a winner at the festival, and he often rides out for JP's runners with Ben Haslam. And this horse, Bouvreuill's been quite good for him so far. He won on his stable debut in a race at Wetherby that's worked out quite well, actually. He beat the likes of Movie Legend, who's won a few times since for Lucy Wadham. You might remember he won at Doncaster recently. So his form does stack up. Off a mark of 142, I thought this could definitely be a fair mark for him. He loves the festival. He finished third in this race back in 2017. He doesn't mind soft conditions. He was unlucky last year when he was brought down very early, but I'm thinking he's got a very good chance tomorrow with the extra places around of definitely making the frame. And I thought 25-1 with a decent track record, form, a stable and good form, and a Cheltenham Festival winning jockey, there was a lot to like about his chances tomorrow, and I think he could definitely go close. One of my more stronger fancies on the day is then in the next race, in the Mare's Novice Hurdle. Now, I'm not doubting Pertemps there, but I'd just like to take her on at the prices with this horse, because this horse I think is very underrated and is definitely overpriced and should be half the price at least. And it's a horse called Queen of Hearts. Now, this horse is 16-1 with bookmakers at the moment, trained by Stuart Edmonds. Kieran Gethens is booked for the ride. This horse is a Grade 2 winner and also as well a listed winner. Now, I did this horse as my nap on its last start when it won at Sandown in a listed race for the company I work for called the Punters Page, and it absolutely tanked through the race that day and won very well. She does like Sandown, but she can go the other way round. She's won at Haydock before and also run well at Chepstow, so no qualms there. But this horse is as tough as nails, and she can go over slightly further, over 2.5 miles. I would say she's probably the best novice in this country actually, and she loves soft and heavy ground. She's got some decent form on it, and I think any horse that's going to be taking her on tomorrow is definitely going to have a race on their hands, and dropping back in trip as well isn't a problem for me. She's won over 2 miles before, and we know she's got that stamina that should help her get up that hill, and anything that's going to beat her tomorrow would have known by the end of it that they've had a really hard race. And Stuart Edmonds as well, he's had a Cheltenham Festival winner in recent times. He won with Doomsday Book at 40-1 in one of the amateur races. It might have been the Muir with Doomsday Book, but nonetheless he knows how to get the job done at the festival. He knows how to train a good horse. He does very well with his mares as well, trained the likes of Maria's Benefit last season, and Queen of Hearts I think is the one going under the radar tomorrow. The only concern is that she might have to give away a penalty, but with some of these horses that lack big race experience, she knows what she needs to do. She knows her job, and I think she's got a cracking bet of making the frame tomorrow. So 16-1, get on it now. And with the 4 places as well on offer with Bet Victor, I think this is a cracking bet. So that's my strongest fancy of the day tomorrow. We then go to the 5:30 for the final race in the Muir with a horse called Sky Pirate. Now, I thought this again was quite a tricky race. It's going to be quite tricky tomorrow, but Sky Pirate's 12-to-1 bookmakers at the moment. I backed him last time when he ran at Cheltenham, where I thought he was going to win that day, turning for home with Patrick Mullins riding him that day. He looked sure to be the winner, and off a mark of 134, I think he's still well in the looks of liking that he's going to be a horse that could definitely go forward. I think he's got £10 to give really in his rating still. I think he's definitely a mid 140 horse. He's trained by John Joe Neal, Tommy O'Brien, capable amateur jockeys, but for the ride tomorrow. And even though there could be a bit of rain around, that wouldn't put me off his chances. He's always going to have probably been a stayer. Look at his breeding, he's got stamina in abundance, and he was brought for this very purpose, to go over the longer trips, and he looks a very nice prospect. Still young, 6 years old, so he's unexposed. He ran at Exeter last time out, and not a bad race, where the form been a little bit mixed, but I think tomorrow in this race they've laid him out for this race, and I think he's definitely going to go close. So that's going to be my selection to round things off on day 3 of the Cheltenham Festival. So it looks like quite a difficult day tomorrow, but I would like to know your fancies by giving them in the comments box below. Also as well, if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button for more videos here on my YouTube channel at LuckyLoads15. You can also follow me on Twitter as well. My social media handle is at LuckyLoads15, and that's all I got to say. So hopefully we can have a slightly better day tomorrow. Please gamble responsibly, and we'll be seeing you soon.